Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your March Tarot reading. So this is going to be a reading for the people who are born under the Hierophant card and the Temperance card. And if you do not know what your Tarot birth card is, everything is in the description box below. So as always, for my monthly spread, I have split my deck into three piles. We have the major arcana here to get the main energy of the month, the court cards over here to find out how you are advised to show up to maximize the energy, and the minor arcana here to delve into your message. Now I ask that, as always, please bear in mind those are general readings. Take what resonates, drop the rest. So what do my querents born under the Hierophant card and the Temperance card need to hear for their highest good for the month of March, please? So your main energy is the Empress. Beautiful. I will obviously go through all of the meanings in depth when all the cards are out. So what court cards are they advised to embody to maximize this energy? Okay, this wanted to come out, I'll take it. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Alright, let's delve into your messages. So we have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Seven of Wands, Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work that you may not be aware of. But definitely there we have the Nine of Swords. So we have a lot of swords energy already. I can see this, that out of the 9 cards on the board we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so nearly half of it, but I will talk to you about that in a minute. So the Empress. This is a beautiful card because it's ruled by number 3, which talks about growth, creation and evolution, generally speaking. So the Empress represents anything that's fertile. So it may represent the birth of a project, the birth of, a business, the birth of a friendship, the birth of a child, or a romantic relationship, even a burst of creativity. But anything that you plant now, any seeds that you sow right now, are falling into a fertile ground, which means that it's a very auspicious time for you to get creative, get started, on something. So if you've been thinking about something that you want to grow, now is the time. It may also represent just a general period of expansion for you on a personal level. Could be spiritual, could be emotional, for instance, but not necessarily. You could also be feeling quietly empowered in March. The Empress is somebody who is not outwardly powerful like the Emperor would be, but she rules through the empire. This is the yin energy, as opposed to the yang energy of really going for it and taking action. And the Empress also represents lacking for nothing, so she may well be here to denote a time of prosperity and abundance for you, a very lovely energy to have for the month of March, just generally speaking. And in order to maximize this energy, your spirit team advises you to embody the characteristic of the Page of Pentacles. Now the pages, above all, represent learning. They are learning to become a knight. So pages will show you that you need to learn something or develop a skill, particularly when it's with the coins, which have to do with your day-to-day life. So we may be talking about something to do with your career, your workplace, or it could be at home, or you could be a student, and this indicates the necessity to be open to any learning opportunities, whether it's going on a course, whether it's developing your skill in a practical way. This is what the Page of Pentacles really represents. Also new directions, because when you learn, you obviously shift your perspective and your perception of things, just generally speaking. So, but pragmatic energy, okay? This is the page that's very much grounded and stable. Earth energy. Be a student. To me, it's a student kind of thing. So we have a lot of heavy mental energy here, because we have particularly the 8 and the 9 of swords. Now the energy that's under the deck is the energy that's at play, and you may not be aware of it. Now this is an energy of, it's the combination of thoughts. And for me, the 9 of swords represents the card of courage, because you're nearly there. The 10 of swords is the release, your total acceptance of whatever it is that had been bugging you, to put it this way. So the Knight of Swords may reflect that you may have anxiety, apprehensions, you may be repeating thoughts in your head in a circle, and invariably it becomes a negative circle and you end up going down the rabbit hole. So that's why I say it's the card of courage, because this is calling you to look at those things and be aware that this is what you're doing. Okay, you're all up in your head and with a tendency to go towards the negative. Please, there's no judgment here, by the way. I do that all the time. It's a work in progress for me. But this 9 of Swords being here is saying that you're nearly there, though. You've moved forward in your thinking process, and so as a natural, consequence of that, you are anxious, or you have some worries, some concerns about the future. So we have this 4 of Swords with the 7 of Wands. Now, please remember, next month is a period of growth, abundance. It's a very, very good month coming. So this is what you're going to leave behind. The 4 of Swords, 4 represents the 4 corners of stability, okay? A strong foundation, like you would in a table, a bed, 4 corners. This is to do, again, as I said, with the mental body. The 4 of Swords may talk about taking the time out to reflect upon things, but there's also another meaning of the 4 of Swords, is to feel like you are fighting against some kind of restrictions. You feel like you're in a box and you can't push past those restrictions. With the 7 of Wands, Wands being the fire energy representing your spirit and your drive, the 7 is a card of a defensive energy. This is you defending your stance on whatever it is. So whether you're defending a relationship, a decision you made, a business, a person, whatever the case may be, a personal belief, this shows me that your wands are up and you're defending something. It's also a card that talks about not giving up. So you may be feeling like you are trapped mentally and you're desperately trying to defend whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Not an easy energy. It's tiring to be in this position, I'm not going to lie. But then we move on to 2 8s, okay? So we do have progressions numerically, which is excellent, because you've got 4 7, then you go 8 8, which represents the advancement, and then you've got the 10 for completion, end of a cycle, and the ace, which is the brand new seed, the beginning. So it's really good in that respect. So the 8 of Swords tells me that you are in a prison of the mind, basically. You can't see the light at the end of a tunnel, is what I'm seeing. And only you can find the way out to that. It may well be that you are desperate to experience a period of growth, and that's what this Empress energy is there for. show you that, this is what you're trying to focus on, but at the moment you're feeling like it's a struggle, like it's not happening. And remember, you're advised to be the Page of Pentacles. Remain open to something new. Any opportunity that comes your way, that means that you're going to gain a new skill or deepen a skill, is going to be something that you are advised to jump on, basically, in order to further your progress. Because right now, this is the prison of the mind. It is self-erected. It's because you have been thinking a lot. And again, no judgment there. I go there myself a lot. But with the Eight of Cups, you're going to turn your back on this. The Eight of Cups is an empowering energy. This is saying that you have realized that you've outgrown the situation, or that this situation or outlook, in this case, no longer serves you. So this is to do with an emotional response and thinking, you know what, I'm worth more than this. I'm done feeling trapped by this. For some of you, it may be at work. I have to say it. It's a special message out there. But for some of you, the restrictions I'm sensing with this Four of Swords may well be in your company or in your career. You're feeling like there's a glass ceiling that's been put on you, and you've been fighting it off with the Seven of Wands, trying to prove your worth. It's a special message. I apologize if I know it's not for all of you, but it will speak to somebody. I'm desperately trying to prove your worth, and it's just not happening, and that's why you're all up in your head, eaten with doubts, which is why that Nine of Swords is here as well, going, am I really cut out for this job, or, am I as good as I thought I was? There's all sorts of doubts coming up, and that's why you've got this prison of the mind. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're like, well, I don't know what to do, but you're going to come out of this, because you're going to realize your worth. And it's never an easy energy, the Eight of Cups. Just so we're clear, I'm not going to gloss over the fact that the Eight of Cups, although empowering, is difficult, because it means you're going to have to turn your back on something. And I don't care what people say, turning your back on something is never easy. It can be because you've invested a lot, whether it's money or bits of yourself and your soul. It can also be that it's difficult to turn your back because it's part of your everyday life. And when you've been in a situation for a long time, it becomes familiar, and familiarity is very difficult to shake. We are humans, we are programmed to have routines because it equates safety. And, we're also programmed to fear the unknown a little bit. But you're going to get there. This is going to be how you free yourself from this Eight of Swords. Because we've got the 10, which is the end of the cycle, the completion. So you move from the Seven of Wands to the 10 of Wands, from defending, fighting, and I so feel the vibes of exhaustion in this reading. And you see, it's interesting because as a Hierophant, if you're born under the Hierophant card, you are somebody who's going to want to grow and find your true self. You may also be looked upon as someone who has knowledge or experience, worthy of listening to, but you're being asked to be like the Page of Pentacles, be the student. It's a message for someone out there, and specifically for people born under the Hierophant card. But the Ten of Wands represents the end of a cycle, and I do not like how this card has a bad reputation, generally speaking, because people say, oh, it's the burden and you're dropping it. Yes, but you're dropping it successfully. You've not lost any of your wands. The Ten of Wands says that you have done something with passion for a certain amount of time. You've gained a lot of experience. With that, some pleasant and unpleasant experience. And you're going to drop it successfully. You're there. You're wrapping it up and you're there. And you will be at peace with it, because this is coming with the Ace of Swords, the triumphs, the victory. This is the mental clarity. To me, it represents the Epiphany card. It's that light bulb moment above your head when you realize my growth does not reside in this situation. That's why I'm turning my back on it, and I'm going to drop my burden. And it will come as I would say as of magic, but it could be, a download from your angels, your ancestors, God, the universe, spirit, whoever you work with, any deity you pray to. But you're going to get that moment of ultimate clarity, mental clarity, and this is going to be such a victory for you, because this is going to enable you to drop your burden. Whatever has been bugging you, has been weighing you down, you're going to be able to let go of this, because you're going to see why it happened. You're going to understand the greater schemes of things, and the growth from the Empress, which I'm getting very strongly. Let me grab the deck and get a final messages. Can we have some final messages, please, for my Aquarians? For people born under the Temperance card, the page also represents studying, and there is an aspect of the Temperance card which is about alchemy and learning to mix two different elements to find a third one. It's learning to be moderate, learning to be patient, like a student. Things don't happen overnight. Three of Swords, okay, so a mental breakthrough. Again, a card that gets bad reputation. I personally really like the Three of Swords, because this is reason over passion, or reason over sentimentality. This is really using the mental aspect in order to get that breakthrough, to move forward. And yes, it can be uncomfortable. I did tell you with the Eight of Cups, it's not an easy energy, but it's a necessary energy, and ultimately this is something that's going to really help you, because that is a victory over whatever has been bugging you. And as I said, I know people don't like it, but it's a very positive card, particularly under the Marseille meanings, which this is a Marseille deck. And then we have the Four of Coins. This is going to bring you stability in your everyday life. So you see, and you get two fours actually, which is interesting, because you started your reading with a 4 and then Four of Coins. So this Three of Swords is going to bring you that breakthrough that brings about the stability you need and probably yearn for your everyday life. The Four of Coins is having seen the growth period and having reached some kind of a stage where you are comfortable. So I can see how you're going to get freed up very quickly now. March looks positive for you. It looks like it's the end of whatever has been burdening you and the return to more stability. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm very grateful you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a beautiful March, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.